I'm gonna break the news as soon as I get somebody that that it's here. What's up, guys? I know some of y'all all listening. It just takes a while for my signal to bounce around from all the cops that are hacking it, which it's irrelevant now because you're looking at the king of the kangaroo courts. Ah, man, what's up, y'all? So things obviously didn't go my way. They didn't go. Okay, I got somebody. I got somebody. Who we got? Who's there? Somebody say hi for me, would you please? Freedom! Charles Ellis. What's up, big brother? Thaddeus Shaunaman. What's up? Darkla, hello for Alabama. Eric, what's up, bro? Alan King. Lindsey Krug, hey, what's up, man? Auditing your County, what's up, bro? Hey, Kevin, Mike Young, Clinton Hanson, Larry, Derek D. All right, y'all. So y'all are looking at the king of the kangaroo courts. It's a hell of a story on how we work this one. We're about to go through it. So, last first, they illegally found me guilty, and I got them dead to rights because they had no jurisdiction in the matter because I'm the king of kangaroo courts. So I'm just let out so everyone's watching. Hi, everybody. What's up? Stand up. Just so everyone's got it. So we let the trial unfold just like the prosecution wanted to, because we got to get them starting that trial so that then we can befuddle it and then they can't try us again for these charges. So what happens is I had these charges beat about 6 ways from Sunday coming into this thing. I didn't need the courts to beat it. All of that was just showing up so that they can't try me again for the same charges once they figure out where they screwed up. All right. So basically what happened was everything went just like they planned it to, just like you'd see every fixed trial go. The judge didn't give me any reasonable words for talking or bringing up any other points. They brought their people in who answered their questions and didn't have to respond to mine and blah 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 and relevance, and it was just your regular rope a dope. It was a regular goat rope. However, we let them go all through it, and we had our questions that we formulated for the chief of building security, Mark Masomer, got up on the stand, and we weren't allowed to ask him about his financial interests with the assistant district attorney that at the time he arrested us, we were suing for racketeering. Now, we weren't allowed to bring that up. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So then Sheriff Sam Shipley gets up there, and he straight up lies right off the court record. And it was pretty funny. It was really good. I did some Dr. Seuss and worked it front ways and backwards every time it got brought up. And that was Sheriff Sam Shipley said that I was advised of trespassing. Well, that's in his written record of affidavit for his arrest report. And nobody ever said trespassing. Where you sat in there and watched the video, nobody ever said trespassing. So right there, the arresting officer is lying in his report. And I started it off with Sheriff Sam Shipley. Sam, I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? Right? Got him going on that so everyone knows it's Dr. Seuss. So then I followed up with, did you lie while on that stand? Did you lie in your report? Did you lie before this court? All right, so then we went through the report and found out where he's lying, and the judge doesn't want to hear it and won't listen to the video, so I can't prove on the record that he's lying. He won't rewatch the video. The sheriff won't admit. He says, yes, there's somebody said trespassing. I was like, all right, let's go watch a video. Judge said, we're not watching that again. I'm like, well, then you're going to have to tell me that that you understand that the sheriff is lying then, because if we can't watch his video showing where nobody says I was trespassed and he's on the stand having written in his report that as trespass, we got to watch this. So then the judge is like, oh, okay, I'll say nobody said trespassing. So I was like, well, Sheriff Sam, you're a lying man. You lied before this court. You lied before in your report. It's worked it all backwards and front ways. All right. So then it finally got to be me, right? It's my turn to present my case. So we got up there, and I'm telling you guys, I had half a dozen ways that this case was beat before we even went to court. And two of those ways enabled me to be king of the kangaroo courts. And the first one was that the prosecution has no jurisdiction. So if y'all are aware, I'm being prosecuted for a crime in Adams County by the state attorney general. Now, they took over the case because they had to wipe my phone and they didn't have the capabilities. But now they have the case, they have to make sure an arrest happens. And that's why all this crap went on up here. It went to trial so far. They had to protect their butts for what they did. So the funny thing is that in June, when I first started taking over my defense, I asked the prosecution, like, hey, where's your jurisdiction to prosecute this? Like, give me why are you prosecuting this case? And she said it's not discoverable. So we went and looked up. Actually, we had help with this one because we did the triple Lindy and all the other stuff, and we marketed this, and we got help. Somebody, which I'll mention later once they give me the okay, might have noticed that there was a clerical error in the fact that there is a statute on why the attorney general can take over prosecution of any case. And that statute doesn't cover anything of why they're prosecuting my case automatically. So what would have had to have happened was they have a special hearing where a judge overhears everything and says, yes, you can be appointed. That didn't happen. And that's why it wasn't discoverable, is because it should have been on the record. All right. And it didn't happen. So going into this, my first thing was bringing up that email from the Deputy Attorney General, Prosecutor Christine Christ, showing that she had no prosecution. Yeah, this is her email in reply saying that she had no jurisdiction. So then I bring up this. Well, I also served that in December on the triple Lindy. So then I bring up this and I cite, boom, it's backwards for y'all, or at least it is for me. Pennsylvania Statute Title 71, Criminal Prosecution Section 242, whatever, 732-205. And it doesn't meet any of these requirements for her to take over this prosecution of this case. So I motioned to dismiss due to lack of prosecutorial jurisdiction. And the judge overruled it. So that's why we then objected to that and motioned and objected because the judge has no jurisdiction over this case. Now, this is really important. Oh, man, I'm going to have to mess with my setup to make sure it goes. Where are we? Okay. So, if you're looking at this is the judge's appointment paperwork. See? So, no, it's not helping. Supreme Court of Pennsylvania Administrative Office request for assignment of judge. That is because Michael George, who is the president judge, requested to temporarily assign a judge, this judge, Judge Lewis, to preside over this case, to sit as directed for the period of January 10th, 2022 to January 10th, 2022. This guy was only overpointed to jurisdiction for this case for one fucking day. This motherfucker, every single action that this judge has ruled has been out of his jurisdiction. This dude, we've gotten that dude to make about like 97 different fucking orders and rulings in this case, and not one of them was in his jurisdiction because he never made a ruling on that date. That means every single thing that judge did was invalid because it was out of his jurisdiction. Look at that. And so we'll see. President Judge Michael George, he is the one that screwed this up. Hey, what's up, Karen? He is the one that screwed this up. This printed out right here by him to the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania only appointed the judge for one day. And then you come down here and it's signed off. That's President Judge Michael George. It got served to everyone on record, signed by Moulton, Court Administrator of the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. And where do we have it signed off here? Signed Max Baer, Chief Justice of Pennsylvania. All of these people, to include the Clerk of Courts and my prosecution, all of these people and the entire courts of Pennsylvania screwed up and didn't catch that they didn't carry over this 2 to a 3 right here. That means the prosecution had no jurisdiction. When the judge overruled that, my objection to that, I objected to him and his ruling, which he has no jurisdiction. So upon that, considering that I'm the only one with any jurisdiction left in the matter, I motion myself to be crowned king of these here kangaroo courts. And does anyone with any jurisdiction in the matter object? They held a recess. But not before the king decreed, as his first decree, that it's time for a song and dance number. And I straight up did the Righteous Brothers and sang it to Christine Christ as she was running, crying, the prosecutor crying, running out of the courtroom to the bathroom to go cry in the bathroom because it was so fucked up. So I was singing to her, "You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips." I grabbed the damn microphone off the desk. "There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doo-ba. You're trying not to show it. But baby, baby, I know it. You've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. Christine, you lost that love and feeling, and it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, 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 ba-dum, 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 ba." Oh yeah, I let it off with telling the galley, like I said, "Goose, she's lost that love and feeling." So that's what transpired in there, and that's what I was telling you guys about. So after all those shenanigans, and they come back out and find me, the judge finds me guilty. Judge finds me guilty. He has no jurisdiction, and he knows about it. I served the document to the record, highlighted in butt fucking orange, where he only has jurisdiction for one day. Today is not that day. And he still found me guilty. Can you believe that? He said I got to pay like a $200 fine for court fees. And then he put me on 90 days of probation, unsupervised, until I pay those fines. So he's trying to just get me to pay that off until to admit guilt. But this is going to appeal because he had absolutely no jurisdiction to do that. All he had to do was declare a mistrial and walk away. But he had to hold the party line because he was told, no matter what, you gotta fuck this guy. This guy just fucked himself. He knowingly made a ruling without jurisdiction. And that's to find me guilty when he knows all about it. So again, that's going to be something for the Judicial Review Board. And if you guys remember the last judge they illegally installed to hide this shit, Judge Maslin, where he insulted my intelligence in a court order, like literally that's verbatim where he says that. That's a big judicial no-no. And what, 400 of y'all Spartans wrote in to complain about that. You know, you printed off the form I had pre-filled out and sent it, and they found no wrongdoing. So that's our Judicial Review Board, and that's going to be who's in charge of getting this guy. However, judicial immunity and bench immunity and prosecutorial immunity is pretty much infallible. Like, you can't mess with that. Unless they do it with no jurisdiction. They lose that immunity. So what that judge just did in there just made it worse. They just made it worse. Yes, they found me guilty. Yes, I am the king of these kangaroo courts. Nobody with any jurisdiction objected, and we waltzed out of there. It was the most bizarre feeling, like when they bounced after I flipped that song on, the Love and Feeling song. I'm like, well, I guess, what are y'all doing here? You can go home now. I'm king of these kangaroo courts. But I stayed there for them to come out and find me this shit. Just to straight up wrap them up, they came in here with that game plan to screw me, and they've literally just screwed up, stepped in more shit than they ever could have. All that judge had to do was declare a mistrial. And that's why I waited so long to show that he had no jurisdiction. I could have brought that up pre-trial, but then they could have fixed that. Same with the prosecution. And I did bring this up pre-trial. So when the judge asked me that, I'm like, well, it was in our exchange on July or June 20th. And then I brought it up again in the Triple Indy on December 20th. And here we are right now again. Prosecution can't show jurisdiction. And then he overruled that. Yeah, when then I told him he had no jurisdiction. And then he just ignored that. So this is butt fucking crazy that they went through with this. Again, the judiciary is just going to protect them, but it shows how bad, how corrupt these courts are. I mean, thanks guys, thanks for feeding me even more. So anyway, we are going to end up having to take this all up on appeal, and I don't have. I'm not going to project exactly how that's going to go because there's different options, but I beat these charges. They just stepped in more shit than they ever could have imagined by continuing that trial without the judge's jurisdiction. The whole thing is just ludicrosity and bizarre. And they just invited it into the circuit court and the superior court by doing this. So, anyhow, I'm going to open it up for questions. What's up? At least 100 of them watching the live. Yo, I missed that, Kev. LZ jump kick. Dude, it was bizarre. I can't believe I didn't get arrested when I broke out in song and dance. I guess only the king can afford that. So, oh man, I got in the good Dr. Seuss in the beginning, and then I wrapped up with the Righteous Brothers. That's a pretty good one. There's only one way to change it. Mike Mendoza. Yeah, well, you got to try. And there's people way smarter than me that have better ideas on how to fix this. I'd like to show America, middle America, that never gets to see what goes on in these courts and with these police, and when you're on the bad end of it. Like, because nobody ever sees that and is not allowed to see it until the blue happens to you, you know? So that's what all of this has been about. And it's just shown every step along the way where it's fixed, where it's rigged. Even then, that judge just made a conviction. He just convicted me with no jurisdiction. Apparently, so it's not, all he had to do was swallow his pride and dismiss due to mistrial. But he couldn't. He had to find me as something. So otherwise, the state would have been on the hook for everything they just did to me, and it would have backfired then. But now he just kind of tripped up in it because he went in there with those orders that he couldn't. He had to find me guilty, and now it's just made it worse and even bigger. Literally, Christine Christ, she ran off into the bathroom during that recess, and she came back in, and she was. Like, you could tell, man. You could tell. She composed herself and came back in, and it was cute. She was curt with me, though. She didn't think it was funny anymore. And I mean, I think I was like the greatest gentleman that I could have been, considering she authorized the search warrant to wipe my phone and maliciously prosecuted me and all of this. And then I actually had a parting gift for her because she's been a good sport. After everything wrapped up, I got her, see, it's still in the wrapping. This is a Leonidas the litigant mouse pad, just so she could remember it. And you see, here's my money maker right there, and here is prosecutor getting weighed by the bells. I had a mouse pad. See, I had mine too, and I've actually had this for a couple of hearings, and she never noticed it. So I wanted to give her one just to remember. I'm going to send the whole office pens. So anyway, okay, questions. Nice quads. That wasn't me. That was the artist, Zombie. What's up? Man, you got hoots for Chris, bro. Anyway. Shane Buster, can you help? What's up? No, man. No. I just bound him up in ludicrosity. That judge came down with orders to convict this guy, bar none. So when he did that, and then later he found out he had no jurisdiction to do it, and then still did it, that it's binding it up into ludicrosity. So anyway, you're a champ. Thanks, Freedom. Go five, send cash. Oh, what's up? I miss a bunch of live chat. Research per Pro se. No, I didn't. Are you asking me that? No, I only just jumped into this once I caught my attorney backdooring me. But I guess, yeah, I've been doing it for almost a year now. Nice trim on the beard. Thanks, Shane. Yeah, I grew out my beard for like years and years and years, but like my genetics, it stops growing. Like this is as long as this middle part grows. So when the other part grows out, it starts to devil fork and just gets so freaking white trashy. So then I spend all this time like trying to brush it, and then you got to put crap in it, and I don't like having crap in the beard because I'm out in the woods, and then bees attack me, and then have you ever been attacked by bees in the woods and there's no one else to help and there's no creek to jump in? Dude, that's scary, and I don't want to put myself in that situation. So I stopped putting stuff in my beard, and then it just got back to looking white trashy, and then I've slowly gotten into keeping it nice and trim, just simply for the fact that I do whatever is the least amount to have to do to look presentable. And that's actually where the dreads come from. Because you just roll out of bed, you're like, yeah, I got dreads, man. What? They're nappy. Say something. Yes, I know. It took me a long time to grow these nappy dreads. Thank you. You know? So that's the whole point of that. Anyway, yes, that was a very tangent thing to be talking about. Thanks for the question. Go Fies. Judges have qualified immunity. Yes, Go Fies, they do as long as they have jurisdiction. It actually disappears when they don't have jurisdiction. And this right here shows that the judge only has jurisdiction for one day. January 10th, 2022. Just got here. Tell him no. Tell him as if if I'm going to jail. No. $200 fine for prosecution, guilty of disorderly conduct, and I have to pay blah blah blah. The judge had no jurisdiction. He was only appointed for one day because of a clerical error. They forgot to carry the one on the new year. So he was only appointed for one day, and no, judges have absolute immunity only if they're a judge who has jurisdiction over the case. He didn't have jurisdiction. There's one time when judges don't have total immunity, and that's when they're outside of their jurisdiction and knowingly make a ruling outside of their jurisdiction. When I brought this on court record and showed him everything that was going on, where they screwed up, and he still continued to prosecute this case, he lost his judicial immunity. Again, this is the bizarrety that you have to loop these guys in. This is the entire reason I did all this. So they wouldn't know where I'm coming from. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. The entire point is to not let your enemy know what you're up to. Or he said it reverse. Like, do not let your enemy know what you are up to. That is the entire point. I don't know. I can't say it like some ancient, smart Chinese philosopher. But that's what he was getting at. And it's about the point that matters. So this entire thing, I set them up. This entire thing, they thought that I was coming in because I motioned for a testimonial hearing to bring in the special agent that wiped my phone, pulled out the bogus search warrant to wipe my phone. His dad was the one that was writing the fake deeds in the case that I was following when I got arrested. That's why he had to pull out that warrant. But then they had to get another special agent to wipe that phone because this guy's, Michael Carlson's a dumbass. So they got Evan Weiler to wipe the phone. Well, I had them all looking there, all looking right there. When I'm talking about this game, I'm going to catch them destroying evidence and blah, 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 blah. They were all looking right there. You know where they weren't looking? Where is it? Where this one is not I can't see it. Where they didn't carry over the one on the assignment of the date from whenever. Where is it? Oh, to sit from January 1st, 2022, or January 10th, 2022, to January 10th, 2022. This got signed by the Chief Justice of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, Max Baer. All of them missed this. Everybody missed this. So that judge had no jurisdiction. And that was our keepsake, because I knew the prosecution had no jurisdiction, but all the judge had to do was overrule that, right? And I knew that was going to happen. I knew they weren't going to allow my testimony or to bring in those guys to testify, blah, 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 blah. And then I knew that the judge was going to overrule that the prosecution has no jurisdiction. Well, that's when I dropped that the judge has no jurisdiction. So literally, I came in here today with no ability to lose. There was no judge with jurisdiction to find me guilty of anything or to even hear this case. The prosecution didn't even have the jurisdiction to prosecute it. And they still found me guilty. So they just wrapped themselves up even deeper. And the whole reason why is because they were told, do not come out of here without that dude convicted. Blah, 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 blah. So when it got to my case and I splashed those two documents up there and then had my love and feeling moment, losing the love and feeling moment, they recessed and had no butt fucking clue what to do. Christine was crying. It was cute. It was cute, dude. Well, I think she's done with me, man. I think she's had enough fun with me. And that's the way it works. This one actually lasted a long time. Like, I think she's been prosecuting my case for a little over a year now. That's a long relationship for me to be in a gal with. Cause like I'm fun. I'm really fun. But the fun don't stop. When it's time to sit around and watch Netflix, I'll leave you to it on the couch, man. I'm going out to have fun. And like not partying or boozing or anything, just doing stuff, man. So eventually chicks get really into the fun that is me and then get tired of it. So like my relationships are like, and it's great. It's mutual. Cause like, you know, the first 6 months of every relationship is where all the fun's had. It's where everything's new and fresh and exciting before you get sick of them. Well, I guess Christine just finally got sick of me up here. So it was due. She lasted a long time. She was a good sport, and that's why we got her a souvenir, but she didn't want to accept it. So anyway, coming to get you. What's up, brother? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for being around, brother. Yeah. Hey, it's still going on. They stepped in they didn't just shit the bed. They shit the yard and the street and the house and the town. Like there's no stepping out of this shit. You guys just up the ante every time. They up the ante. Pinky, yeah. I'm cute when I clean up, but don't fucking tell nobody. Thanks, man. In Scotland, hey, Casey Stanley, what's up? Go by Kangaroo. Woo! So yeah, it's official, man. I'm officially king of this kangaroo court because no one had any jurisdiction to object to that. So I am officially king of the kangaroo court. Everything they did was outside of the jurisdiction today, to include finding me guilty and imposing the fine. And there's other stuff that I can't get into over the phone right now with you with it. But we're gonna continue fighting this. It's not over. Apparently, I get to make more episodes, more more court shorts. There was some funny shit that happened in there, man. Oh, it was good. It was so good, dude. I got him with the Dr. Seuss on the get-go with Sheriff Sam up on the stand, being a lying man, lying in his report, lying before the court. I started off with a motion for a pretrial hearing where I got to show, I was like, hey, Your Honor, I understand you're not from Adams County. You're just sitting on the bench here. And same with the prosecutor. So I'm going to show you guys a local rule. And that's the local rule in Adams County as it pertains to disorderly conduct. And this, bang, and I brought up like the fresh picture. I showed it in front of the court. The fresh picture of this stab wound, which is actually really huge, man. It was like a fish hook, dude, all the way to the bone. And I said, that is disorderly conduct. Then I went to his charges. Then I went through his previous charges and then his ARD. I said, that is disorderly conduct. Now that y'all are aware of what is disorderly conduct, the local rule down in Adams County, what I did standing downstairs was not disorderly conduct. It doesn't meet that same level. So that's how we started off, man. That's how things started off. And like Christine was just like staring at her desk, like the fact that she has the audacity to cry when I fucked them in court. Like oh, boo-hoo, he got me, boy. Bitch, you are fucking trying to throw me in state prison for exposing this fucking judicial racket down here. And you're totally okay with that. This is our attorney general. She's the deputy attorney general in charge of prosecution section. And she's going to be crying that I beat her in court for prosecuting me for 4 years, trying to send me a state pen for standing in the foyer of the courtroom. So I have no love lost for her. That one went its course. Unless she wants to buy me some nice things, I might entertain that. What's up? Audit Florida CW. I think you're awesome. Keep at. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, team. Yeah, I love this community. I love all the support that I've got from y'all along the way. I can't appreciate it enough. I'm completely shadow banned. The only people that get to see new people to get to see my stuff are like other auditors that rebroadcast my stuff. That's why I have such a big push to it, and I appreciate it. That's money. I can't buy money to get that done. Karen, I'm so sorry. I missed your statement. It faded out. Can I'm gonna what? I can't get it back. Any questions? Okay, Dan Nunya. Ask her to dinner after all is said and done. Dude, I don't think we're on talking terms no more, man. I tried to give her a parting gift for being a good sport, and she didn't want it. Karen, I see you. Go ahead. Can you highlight and paste and retype that? I can't go back on my thing, or I'm sure somebody could tell me how, but I can't. Love from South Carolina. Thanks, Christian. I appreciate it. You gonna auction that mouse pad? No, but y'all can save the picture. Y'all can save the picture and redo your own stuff. I was gonna have a bunch of T-shirts for people coming in here, but then I'd be projecting, for everyone that showed up. But then I'd be projecting what I had going on, and I tried to get some local support light in. But I just, as much of a circus. Okay, are there cameras in court, Karen O? Yeah, there were cameras in court, and they're going to say that I'm not allowed to have access to it. Try reporting actions at the bar. Yeah, the bar doesn't do anything. They cover for themselves. Same with the Judicial Board of Review, which that's their position, is to find where the judiciary erred. And to talk about that, we talked about it a little bit earlier already. Judge Maslin, the judge they held a secret cabal to illegally install over my case. The one that said I don't have the intelligence to I don't have the capability to represent myself intelligently. We reported that because that's a break in judicial. You can't be. You're that biased, and you're putting that in writing in an order. So that automatically disqualified that judge. He didn't recuse. I motioned to him for it. So that's when I asked y'all, like a year ago now, to print off that judicial complaint form. We sent in over 300, probably closer to 400, and all of those complaints from all those different sources. And I cited in that complaint y'all printed out, I cited in the court record where they can find it. So they have access to the court record. It wasn't like they couldn't see where it happened. And the Judicial Board of Review denied that. Okay, so with that, knowing that, this is standard procedure, and I'd love to touch. Thanks for bringing this up. I'd love to touch on how corrupt the Judicial Board of Review is. So, 10 years ago or so, Pennsylvania, Montgomery County, just up from us, got nailed for this Kids for Cash program. And what it was all the NGOs and nonprofits that run non-for-profit kids detention camps for like problem kids and youths and shit. They were paying the judges up there in Montgomery County to egregiously enroll all these kids into this resident program to make them money. Those two judges got convicted of it. The entire courthouse knew about it. The police knew about it. Our attorney general knew about it. The entire courts knew about it. The Judicial Review Board got two different complaints. This is that we know about. These are the ones that came out in the press. Who knows how many other judicial complaints they had. But our Judicial Review Board received two complaints specifically on this, and they ignored it. The shit went on for years before they finally ended up getting busted for it. And two of those judges are now sitting in federal time. I think they got like 10 and 15 years or some shit like that. But nobody else had ignored it. The Judicial Review Boards, whose sole job it is to make sure that these errors of judicial process don't happen, just ignored it. So when you guys say, hey, did you report it to the Pennsylvania Bar Law Ethics? I have her in an email showing her all this stuff, and she fucking blocked me. Her name was White. I think it was Julia White, something or another. But yeah, this whole thing is really to guide us into acceptance, because maybe most of the time the courts are legitimate. Maybe most of the time they are legitimate. But like they say, back to blue till it happens to you. Well, when those courts need something to hide, mainly the judicial racket they're practicing, they're going to break the law 6 ways from Sunday. So that's why you need those over regulatory bodies to come down and correct that. But time and time again, every time we turn around, that's what this channel's about, showing you where they don't. So really, this whole thing is a facade of justice to goad us into accepting this, and then the same laws aren't applied to their cronies. And that's the reason why all these cases are suppressed like this, is because it's so evident and it shows you so well that middle America wouldn't stomach this. They wouldn't want nobody wants this in the courthouse. But I'm not even allowed to make the paper up here, you know. So anyway, thanks for that question. That was a really good question. It got me on a long rant. Sorry, I've since missed your questions. Um, Next question. Thanks, y'all. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for being here. 192 people letting me run my mouth in my truck outside my favorite coffee shop. This has been going on so long, and there's so much evidence footage. Oh yeah, Alexander says make it into a Netflix and filmmaker approach. Yes, thank you, and that also segues in my next thing. Yes, that's what I've been doing. The entire point of this is because eventually it is going to break. They talk about the 4-year overnight sensation. Eventually, it's going to break. Be like, where was this guy? He just popped up overnight, and that's because I've been going at it for 4 years and it was suppressed. So everyone, this is going to blow up, just like Tiger King. How many people outside of Oklahoma ever heard about Joe Exotic before the Tiger King? You know, that's the way this is going. But that segues me into my next thing. I'm going to be absent from the channel for a little while. Everything's cool. I have a bunch of family stuff in good ways, not like crazy, you know, life happen ways. That already happened last year. In a good ways, I have some family issues that I can be around for my family for. So I'm going to like disappear for like a week. And then we're going to start reviewing how we're going to go about this appeal and whatnot. And I'm going to have a whole bunch of awesome more court shorts for you guys. And yes, thank you for the Netflix question. I'm going to use this time to market this even more so to that docuseries channel. I've been so busy playing lawyer, been so busy keeping up with this and trying to keep the channel going and y'all updated that I haven't had a lot of time for marketing. And during this time where I'm catching up with family, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be beating feet on my phone, getting in touch with leads. Derek, have you contacted Luster? Yeah, a lot, man. I don't know. I'm shadow banned. I need other people contacting other people for me. Because like even DPN spends a lot of time with the disorderly product news. That's my straight up brother from another mother. I fucking love that guy. He's just a good freaking dude. Even our like stuff gets jumbled, and like he's been through a bunch of crap. San Joaquin Valley Transparency's done a lot for me, carrying my videos and putting me out. When he posts a video on his thing of mine, it's not allowed. Like it says this link is not public, and he's not, but he doesn't know it's shadow banned because it's showing to him. Same with John Felix. John Felix has done a lot of help and what for me keeping up with my stuff. But I'm telling you guys, these big names, we're all in this community like shadow banned, and then texts will drop off, emails will drop off. Any of you all that have had emails to me drop off, that's what happens. So I need decentralized people that aren't linked to my IP address and my everything, hitting these people up, be like, yo, look here, blah. You know, and that's again, that's how we're gonna beat the shadow ban, is by going peer to peer. They can't get us all. Shotgun effect, bird shot, haha. Okay, did we address that one? Brando Commando, if we could contact Brian from High Impact. I know, man. You guys, yeah, go contact Brian from High Impact. He's making some like really high quality vids. Not that he didn't before. He always had really good talking points, but now like he's making like killer edits, and that's important. That's what helps you transform from just, you know, reporting things on YouTube to being like a watchable product. And it's tough to do and takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And as often as he drops them with as much material, that's a lot of work, man. And unlike me, he's got to work the money aspect of it too. Thanks to y'all, I have military retirement, and I'm hoping it's a good investment. for me to continue to fight counterterrorism. Thank you. Let's see. Question: if no one had jurisdiction, who would you hold in contempt for the song and dance? I know. That's why I really pushed it. They were all confused about that. That's why when I broke out in the song and dance, because if the judge would have ordered to arrest me for that, he would have ordered an arrest with no jurisdiction. That's how I got away with that. And this was so smashing to them because they were all looking over what I was trying to do, not what I wasn't trying to make them see. Look at. Anyway, it was flooring, dude. I'm telling you, the deputy attorney general prosecutor was crying. False arrest. Yeah, Zombieland. It would have set him up for that. Instead, they're just only set up for false conviction. And now, I literally thought that they were gonna. All right, he got us, man. He got us on all of this stuff. There's no prosecutorial jurisdiction. There's no judicial jurisdiction for the presiding judge. So I was sure that they were gonna mistrial it. Instead, he just ignored it all and made a ruling knowing that he has no jurisdiction. They literally just stepped in more shit. It's going to take time for it to fall out. But anyhow, Karen, thanks for the name, Brian. Yeah. Yes, thank you, fans. Appreciate y'all talking amongst yourselves on stuff to do. Like I said, I'm going to be able to text on my phone and say what's up to everybody, but I'm not going to be able to do like a real updating for a while. What a great magic trick, Douglas. Hey, man, this is not me. Do you see my name or signature anywhere on this out of 5, 6, 8, 20 people that saw this and knew that had this in their hands? Did you see them, any of them going to fix it? No. One guy did. The only non-lawyer, non-law professional, the only guy in those. The only guy in that situation is the only one who caught that. So yeah, it was comical. We are going to have to do a real court short on that. Yes, Brando Commando, Karen's awesome, man. She's all over this stuff. Likewise, Brando, thank you. What's up? Next question. Charles Ellis, deprivation of rights, if nothing else. They don't know what happened in there, and they did it anyway, which really opens them up to some shit, man. Like, everything they just did was the ideas of them coming in under the auspices of what they thought they were coming in to do. And the fact that I presented new information, which changed it all, and they still went through with that, just fucks them even more, man. So thanks, y'all. Not only am I king of these kangaroo courts, now I can come after y'all more for crazier shit. Hi, don't forget the towel. Don't forget to bring a towel. I could have used you, man. Where were you? Tally. Cheers, Karen. Yes, thanks, hon. All right, any other questions you guys got for me? If we share your story with other channels, video prefer to be shared. My best video that clinches and tells the whole story right now is that last one, a couple ones ago, I did with Attorney General caught destroying evidence, withdraws charges. That's the one I did like, I don't know, a month and a half ago. It's the best one I've done, I feel, that shows concisely what's going on. But again, my links might be shadow banned. So if you're sending out emails with links just to show people what's up, that might be knocked as spam in a server. It's that crazy. Quick recap. Just got in line. Andrew Davis. They had no jurisdiction to do anything. I hit them with some Dr. Seuss in the beginning. I got the Lion Sheriff on there. Let them go through with the whole trial, but so that they couldn't come back with me on double jeopardy, I had to let the trial go. So I let the prosecution go their entire prosecution and rest their case. Then it was mine. Then I brought up that the prosecution has no jurisdiction, right? I caught that. Prosecution has no jurisdiction. Judge overruled that because I dismissed due to no prosecutorial jurisdiction. Judge overruled that like I knew he would. So then I motioned to, I objected over that because the judge has no jurisdiction as well. If you can see in here, he's only assigned from January 10th, 2022 to January 10th, 2022. The dumb motherfuckers forgot to carry over the 3 for the new year because it was right at the beginning of January, and nobody caught that. The judge, this President Judge Michael George wrote it, signed off on it. This judge got it. Gregory Moulton, the administrator for our Supreme Court, didn't catch it. And then right here, oh, where is it? Oh, Chief Justice Max Baer. Supreme Court Chief Justice Max Baer didn't catch that either. Neither did the prosecution. Nobody caught that. I'm the only one that caught it. So basically, the prosecution didn't have jurisdiction. Judge didn't have jurisdiction. So I motioned myself to be crowned king of these kangaroo courts. And if anyone had any objections if anyone with any jurisdiction objected to it. De facto king of the courts, man. So that's when I busted out. I ordered my first decree was that it's time for a song and dance number. And I sang Righteous Brothers, If You Lost That Love and Feeling, to the prosecutor. And she ran out the court. And the judge called a recess. And then she came back in. When she was done crying. And the judge just found me guilty anyway, knowing that he has no jurisdiction. So it just opened up a whole can of worms for them. It's like a $200 fine, and I'm on temporary 90-day unsupervised probation until I pay that fine. So I know that was a little trickery right there. Oh, and Christine Christ, again, yep, that's it. I definitely broke up with her. She motioned to have a mental evaluation for me as part of my conviction. All of these kid diddling pictures where the courts threw this, that went across the court record, where her special agent's father-in-law was writing fake deeds, and her approval of that, just to spite me, just to fuck me and wrap me up more in the courts, she motioned for a mental evaluation so the courts could roll me up in more of that. Luckily, the judge denied it, which again that would. But anyway, I just totally fuck bombed any plan that they had up there, and they still went through it when it didn't apply anymore. So there's going to be a lot more fallout over this. What's up, Karen OGs? How can they pass sentence when the hearing was a mistrial? That's it, man. That's what's going to be brought up in appeal, man. You got it. What's the next step? Appeal, but I'm going to be missing for like a week because I got good family stuff to deal with. I think she needs it. That's what I said, barbecue. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, with all this stuff that I brought across the record, and there's no, and you're the deputy of prosecutions for the state, and nothing's happening about it, I'm not the one that needs my head checked. That will be in the court report. That's like verbatim. I went off on these guys. Have this thrown out. Karen, yeah, it should have been thrown out. It should have been a mistrial. But yeah, now we're going to have to do the appeal and all that. But I can't get too much into it. A, because I've only done an appeal once. B, I'm going to need better direction on it. And C, can't project my movements. So everything's kind of in a holding pattern right now. I'm not going to let them get away with it. So I'm going to let the dust settle and figure out what we're going to do on that. Keep fighting. Something your face. Supreme Court ruled the other day. The mistake they cannot change the days. Charles Ellis. How long till the records of charge change with no reason? I don't know, man. This is going to appeal. It's not going down like this. They egregiously fucked up by allowing that. Oh man, I just missed a whole bunch of comments. They egregiously fucked up by allowing that to continue to force that through. Egregious. They just stepped in more shit. Ryan, start a website to archive all your info and make available to others. I did. It's called a YouTube channel, man. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I didn't mean to be smart there. You're right. The YouTube channel is organized like crap. That's the way it is. It's just the way it is. I've been kicked off of all the other social media platforms. Yes, I know I can do Rumble. I think maybe now it'd be worth my time to do Twitter. And yes, thanks for bringing that up. You're right. This is time that I should develop those other outlets. Yup. Simple mistrial. Editorial time. Karen O. I didn't get it. I didn't get your. What's up, PJ? Hey, what's up, PJ? Are you from Lake Heritage, man? Is that you? Hey, pal. What's up, mofo? Yeah, you caught it. They found me guilty with no jurisdiction, prosecutorial or judgmental otherwise. Oh, Telegram. Is that what you're talking about, Karen? Say, by the way, your shadow ban does not seem. I don't see it. Nothing like a texting pass through to clarify if someone. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, you know it. Yep, yeah. They tried to fuck over. That's the whole reason they did it. It's because I was an out of towner. They could bully me like this, so they thought, and it worked. Worked when they hid my stabbing for local crony. It worked when I dumped Crazy Pants, the governor's distant niece, and she couldn't handle it and broke into my house repeatedly over 4 days, sending me to jail twice on the same charges. So, yes. Yo, what's up, Alan? Peace from the UK. Google Docs, upload a file, made public for. Yes, the Google Docs I do have. In a lot of these episodes, I have them linked. Like that big investigation video, I have it on Google Docs, and it's linked in the video description. Like all three motions and the triple Lindy. Triple Lindy's where you're gonna get a lot of stuff. Phil England, I've been shadow banned. I missed that. Sorry. What's up? Any more questions? We've been going 50 minutes now. I still haven't smoked this dang cigarette. I even got a coffee at my favorite shop. Hey, while we're on it, if y'all coming to Gettysburg, set up an Odyssey page. Okay, I'll get that. I'll look at that stuff. If y'all are in Gettysburg ever, you come through. People are gonna come visit. This is my favorite coffee shop right here. It's owned by some like really cool locals. Good. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I consider them good friends of mine. They're straight up. And it's really cool because there's actually parking. This is not downtown. This is just like a block and a half from town. But we are literally, you see that right there? That is the Gettysburg Cemetery. That's where Lincoln did his address, right there. And it's literally a block and a half from downtown. So, but you can walk from this coffee shop, which has amazing fresh roasted coffee. They roast it in-house, to the battlefield there. And then you can go off into downtown. So that's why I'm here at 82 Coffee, 82 Cafe, excuse me, is because they're low key, they're real nice, they're real friendly. Of course, it's a coffee shop, but then there's also parking and room to get around. And they love my dog. Like my dog is more famous than I am up there. They don't know about my channel, but they love Bullet the dog. So they have their priorities correct. Again, they're good people. 82 Cafe, 82 Cafe. It's on a historic Steinway right by the battlefield. This is where you guys want to go head out and explore. Okay, what's up? Isn't that the shed where they hid? No, man, we're not. We're on the other side of town from the shit shed, man. All these crap back streets look like this. Like, you know, this is an old town. Gettysburg was settled, I would say like late 1600s. I don't know if they had an official town then. But a lot of these old back alleys are old wagon roads that got paved over. So none of it makes any sense. It looks like a bag of assholes. The phone shed? No, yeah, that's on the other side of town. Your grandfather is a cabin in Gettysburg, Kierno? Rumble's a great platform. Yes. Yes, I've heard. And that's where a lot of people are going. Maybe now I have time that I'm not fighting these charges and updating the channel and producing content to keep y'all up, to market out for other people to get interested in the story. Yes, maybe now I have time to build a social media empire that's going to make me no money. What's up? Legalized drug is turned to a blue line. Rocco, the king is ruling. The only king that'll stick. Thanks, Rocco. I appreciate that. You sweet. Whispering Smith, Carano rebuilt. Okay. Any other pertinent questions anybody got for me right now? Have a great day, break. Thanks, Pinky. I appreciate you tuning in from across the pond, brother. Pinky's one of my oldest followers over here. He's always chatting and comment, jumping in, seeing how I'm doing. So thanks. Appreciate that. Hope I guess some of that Irish luck rubbed off on me. So thanks, brother. Appreciate it, team. Zombie Land. Please have a list of contacts you wish us to contact with vid summary. Man, that is a fantastic idea. Thank you. I guess I'll put that on the community page. Do I know Mr. Porter? You two could come together and get some epic content. Love your stuff. Thanks, Ryan. Porter, Mr. Porter. God, that name sounds familiar. Elaborate and or email me. Keep up the good work. Thanks, famous one. Yo, Pinky. Oh, Karen said hi, Pinky. Yeah, see, now a lot of my fans get to know each other because y'all around. I love this shit, man. I love this community. I love it. Sounds like there was a slam dunkaroo for the Kangaroo courts. Yeah, you know it, Tommy. They just screwed their pooch. What's up, Iceberg? Ryan, local in Frederick. Oh, what's up, man? All right, so you're familiar with this area. Yeah, I grew up in Poolsville, man. You're gonna laugh when you hear that. Yeah, same county as Dave Chappelle. Funny enough, funny guy. I missed it. What was that? Pinky saying something? What's up? Well, Dave Chappelle went in like the city part. My half of the county was a rural preserve. They couldn't build a well on it for humans to consume off of, only agriculture. Couldn't do that for like 100 years. So like if you told Dave Chappelle, I'm from Montgomery County, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, what's up? Where?" And I'd be like, "Poolsville," and he'd be like, "Ha ha 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 ha." And then I'd say, "It's cool, man. Us and the black folk, we all go to the same school now." Because literally, that town is so old. And again, settled in the 1600s. They had the freedmen's town, and I'm not kidding. It's Maryland. This is factual. They had freedmen's towns where freed slaves back in the day had their towns. That's where they had their church and where they had their market and where they had their thing. And 200 years ago, when distances were a lot vaster than they are now without cars, they'd have their own villages on the outside of like white villages. And like my town is that old. There's plantation houses there with slave quarters. Oh, but I'm so far off tangent. My joke was that it's cool. Us and the brothers all go to the same school now. Us and Johnny. Yeah, the one. So anyway, sorry that joke went like way too into history and less into funny. Anyhow, what's up? Any more questions before I cut out of here? I still haven't sipped my amazing coffee from another option is Discord. That's okay. Yep. Thanks. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, boats. Long Island Frauder is just doing it for the money. I try not to go negative on anything in this community because not only come back to bite you, but I feel like people fighting it are doing about it their ways. Yeah, there are people that can be more couth. I'm actually like a really big fan of James Freeman because he's so intelligent with his arguments and he's so well spoken and he's worth listening to. And he's damn funny. Like, if you guys seen him asking cops the same questions they ask us, that dude just like melts a cop on video. But anyway, he's a big anarchist. And like, I have no problem with that. He's a very educated anarchist. And I don't agree with everything. But I think, a little bit of anarchy is what we need. Yeah, the Great Reset planners that's planning to do what they're doing is gearing towards that exact same thing, but like guys like James Freeman are for it for peace and for community involvement, not to control the world. Anyway, Mike Giga, yeah, James Freeman is the poor man's SNL. Yeah, he's a trip, man. I was so pissed at that's why I brought it up. I'm also a really big fan of Chili, man. You delete laws, Chili. That dude's a rabid pit bull on a freaking chain going after stuff. He's doing the same thing I'm doing, but he's doing it on steroids and incessantly and nonstop and hopped up and doing a media blitz and doing it in multiple areas. So I really like that guy. And actually, he just had a colloquy with James Freeman where they were arguing. And the argument was about how to go about fixing our system. And that, again, like I say, that is way beyond me. That takes way more legal knowledge and foresight and forethought. I really would just like to have a just system. The one we have right now is too easily corrupted. Not that it's always bad, but when you catch, back to blue till it happens to you. When you catch the courts doing this, there's no recourse and you're powerless. And that is not why they are there. They're there to administer justice. And it doesn't happen. So we need a change, and it's healthy. I root for these guys, like James Freeman and Chili from Delete Laws, to have this discussion. I rather would have it been more discussionable than kind of argumentative, because they've each had extreme points starting out to go after it. But it was good. Discussion is healthy. Discussion is good. We are all on the same team. I have every bit as much love for James Free Walking Slave Man. That shit is so clever, dude. I was like, what is this, James Freeman? Is this really him? And then go at it with Chili, who's again rabid attack dog on the chain. And half their argument, you hear him saying, "Yes, I agree with that." You're like, all right, quit arguing. Let's discuss. Of course, they have different routes about how to fix things, but we should discuss these things, and it needs to happen. Change needs to happen. So this discussion needs to be had. Let us not argue about it. Let us work together to fix it. We're a lot stronger together, and all of us in this community do want to fix that. So please remember that when you're dealing with your fellow auditors. Please. Chile would survive anarchy, but Freeman would be the victim of his anarchy. Yeah, Tim, you brought up a good point, so let's discuss this. Yeah, dude, I'm a fan of like the theory of an anarchist commune is great. It's cool. It's fantastic. I think that just like socialism was portrayed in Soviet Russia, I think we'd be coming into the same downfalls if we went straight anarchy. I think that we could have municipalities, jurisdictions, communes that absolutely can are capable of doing that themselves. Um, Applying that across the United States of America, I think will be a generational job. I don't think that's just going to wake up and we're going to do that one night. So that's where I tend to agree with, again, with a lot of James Freeman's points. How we're going to get there is going to be a mud bog. And, just like there will be people proven trying to confusticate that, trying to mess that up from when it's happening. These people that want to hold this standard so we'll go back to it. And that's just coming out right now, finding out that the FBI had like dozens of planted protesters break into the Capitol with them just so they could gather intelligence. So there it is. Okay, what's up? Flag decimal, yeah, flying upside down. Chili making is Freeman a Karen? I don't know. I think they're both fighting their own fight in the way, and I'm here the same exact way. I'm here showing you guys and trying to middle America how broken our justice system is just by personally documenting my experience with it. But that's not going to change anything per se. Maybe that'll convince middle America that things need to change, but I'm not the arbiter. I don't have the great ideas. It's just something we need to get about doing because we've been doing it for this entire way for this long and it's not working. There's more Americans in jail than in China. We have more people in jail in China. The fuck? And like, so disproportionate them are brothers and sisters. Like, and I understand, like, maybe poverty and crime, or crime is correlated with poverty, and these people, minorities traditionally have lower incomes, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I'm not even getting the race thing because I feel that a brother having a different experience of the law due to the color of his skin other than mine, I feel like that's an infraction upon our Constitution, and I wouldn't like to see it. And that's because I don't know what it's like to be black in America, but I know what it's like to have the cops target you, and I don't freaking like that. So again, these are issues that you can pick to fight about, but I say I agree with we need to protect our civil rights. Our laws are way too overreaching to wrap us into these monetary systems. It's not working. We've been trying to redo it. We've been trying to refix it. All of my documentation showing where I've appealed to the correct supervisory board and blah, blah, blah. It never fixed anything. It obviously doesn't work. This is not the exception. This is the status quo. Okay, I'm off that soapbox. Was that interesting? What's up? Leon Valley was his test. Tim, I missed that. I don't know. Again, I don't watch everything from everybody. Chili drops a video like every 4.5 minutes. Colonel, what about being a Karen? What? I don't know. There's a lot of backlash coming off about Chili. I don't know what's up. Deprogramming is the answer. Bill, yes, you're absolutely right. And I would agree with that. I think our schools are more now about learning compliance to dumbass shit than reading, writing, and arithmetic. And yeah, that's why when the kids thing happens, I'm going to be in a financially secure enough position to raise them and teach them myself. So anyway, life jacket, yeah, Oh, life jacket, yo, no, I didn't need one. I had it beat. From the get-go. My Kika, the dumber, the easier to control. Yeah, well, and the more conditioned for acceptance, the easier to control. Please light that stick. Jasper, thanks for reminding me, man. Somebody next told me to take a drink of coffee. So yeah, schools teach what to think. Tribe, I love that. That's beautiful, man. Bill, what's up, homie? Yeah, schools teach what to think, not how to think. Yeah, oh yeah. And then you go to a school of higher education, and then they just pigeonhole you into that and make them think like that. And then now we're getting in a whole bunch of other conversations. I honestly think civilization is going to hell in a handbasket. I think we are destroying this earth. I think we are at war with each other more than we need to be. I think it can be a better place, and I've done a lot of my fighting for that. I'm fighting right here, right now, in these courts, and showing the abuses of judicial process. Um, I fought for this country when we false flagged weapons of mass destruction. I false flagged when we were going in to stabilize Africa because Libya fell, and that was a legitimate mission, but it ended up going like everything else. So now I'm going with the Mennonites conclusion, which I actually have a lot of plain friends. Some people call them Amish, but they're not all Amish. You can be plain. We call them plain folk. Um, they have a strict policy of, like, ye without sin cast the first stone, and mind your own damn business, and that coincides. I can completely agree with that. I love those guys. That and food independence. They're growing their own food. That's how I met them, because they buy their own food. So I'm not super religious. I know about it, and I was raised in it. But that's why I really love those cats, is because not only do they practice what they preach, but it's acceptable to everybody, man. So I actually have had a very touching moment personally dealing with these plain folks that live legit. And again, I'd like to be doing what they're doing off my own homestead. And that way I wouldn't have to worry about sending my kids to school and paying for their sex change to get out of abusing them by these courts. There's just so much crap, man, that you can avoid by not being in the society that's making these things, being an integral member of the society that's making these things legal. You won't be subjected to them. So if I'm growing my own food, all these little other problems are pretty trivial as long as I'm being left alone. So that's my escape. I don't have the answers to everything. That's my answer. I'm homesteading away. I'm going to make my own food, and that way it will keep me busy, because that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and effort and energy, and it's very rewarding. So, yes, that's my plan, to avoid these problems instead of address them. I'll engage problems, as y'all know, but ones that are worth it. Okay, do they pay tax to the government? Tony Edwards. Yeah, these cats do. Yeah, they're of Mennonite descent. They're not. I'm not getting into my friends that I buy eggs and greens from. And pork. Oh man, they do pasture raised pork. They have some free ranging pigs out back, and they go to the food bank, get all that rotten fruit. Food passes prime, and then they feed it like their pigs. Their pigs eat strawberries, man. Their pigs eat apples. Their pigs eat, like, oh man, their food is so good. Just starts off being a better product. Pinky, I just drove across the city listening to you. Sure you seem like a short journey. Love it when I rant. Thanks, man. I'm just trying to answer questions for all of y'all that are around. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I need a head goose clip for the next video. I think I need the head goose clip for the next video. I missed that. Government breaks 1A religion when it preaches evolution. Okay, well, again, that's a problem I would not encounter on my homestead, so I'm not going to jump into that one. Sorry, bro. Is it largely a cash economy? Yeah, temporarily. Well, what happens when our food system does collapse? How much do you think them growing that stuff in their backyard is going to be worth overnight? A lot more. Mustang Rider, what's up, brother? You got the update, right? Right, I'm king of the Kangaroo Court, still found guilty outside of the jurisdiction. Ryan, what's next? The appeal, all this appeal crap, it's got to go. But I'm busy doing family stuff in a good way over the next week, and the dust has to settle and then I'll update you guys. I'll be around on phone, but I'm not gonna be around my high-powered desktop to do all the video editing and anything worth crap. Because I'm gonna take time off and hang out with my goddaughter and my niece. Man, my niece is old enough now; she's getting into fishing. Just last weekend, we caught her like a 7-pound channel cat on a big 9-foot pole. And I made her reel it in. She got scared. It was fighting so hard when it got close to the bank that she got scared. I was like, no, you're not, man. So she, like, fear held onto that thing. It's like bending this pole over. Rah! And she got it, and now she's hooked. Now she got the fever. Now I got me a fishing partner anytime for the rest of my life, and that's what life is about. So I want to go fish with my niece, man. I love that girl. She thinks I'm so cool. I'm 37 years old, and I drive a big mud tire hot rod 4-wheel drive, and have shit to show for it. But to a 5 to 11 year old kid, I am the coolest mofo alive. Oh, and I got an awesome chocolate dog. So you know, once they grow out of that stage, I'm not cool anymore. But gotta take advantage of it while you can. So anyway, Nunya, where is Vinny Palatino and Court TV wasting time with Depp Nerd? Yeah, man, I had a song and dance number in there that really happened. I know they were. I can't get into it. I'm gonna show y'all that it really happened. And again, I was enticing the judge to order me held in contempt to arrest me when he has no jurisdiction, and he didn't do it. He wouldn't do that. He let me finish. Um, what's up? Next plan, Tony. Next plan. Yeah, let the dust settle. I missed that. Zombieland. Sorry, man. I'm in the sun. About gotta wrap this up anyway. Dang, man. How many cigarettes am I gonna gum to death? Freaking genius. What the fuck? Guilty? Yeah, man. You got to go back and watch the beginning of the thing. I'll do it one more time for you, Mustang Rider, Texas Mustang Rider. It's because you're a fellow Texan. I think I already packed it up. Crap, man. I already packed it up. The prosecution had no jurisdiction, and the judge had no jurisdiction. So I motioned to crown myself king of these kangaroo courts and asked anyone with any jurisdiction to object. And they didn't because they don't have jurisdiction. So I got up and I decreed a song and dance number, and I sang to Prosecutor Christine Christ, the Righteous Brothers. You've lost that love and feeling. I even did it like I had my sunglasses here in my pocket. I looked back to the audience and I was like, Goose, I was like, Goose, I think she's lost that love and feeling. Ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Ba-doom-bum. And then I had like, the doo-wop background. You've never closed your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. So we did all that. And because it was so confused to kiss in there, and the judge had no jurisdiction to stop me or arrest me, I just went on with it. And he called a recess, which he didn't have jurisdiction to do. Prosecutor ran out the door crying. All the sheriffs in there was just sitting there looking at the floor like, what the fuck just happened? Because they thought they had me slammed. I let them finish their case. I had to let them start proceedings so that they couldn't come back and try me again on the same charges. They can only try you once on those charges. So I had to let it go. I had to let the prosecution go up their case, get as much as I could, blah, 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 and then fucking drop that out. My defense, I just had really two pieces of paper to show him, 3 pieces of paper to show him. And then the judge still, outside of his jurisdiction, made a ruling, which he completely fucked himself right there. The only time a judge loses judicial immunity is when they don't have jurisdiction. It's a protection, but they don't have that protection when they don't have jurisdiction. So he made a ruling outside of his jurisdiction knowingly. Every other ruling he's made in this case prior to this has been outside of his jurisdiction. But him knowing it now and going through with these charges, fucked him. They should not have called a recess. He should have just done a mistrial. Him finding me guilty, when he knows he has no jurisdiction, continuing to prosecute me. That's why we're on appeal. Okay, what's up? Simple court misconduct could be a dismissal. Civil rights suit there, but yeah, you know it, bro. Hey, what's up, man? How'd the Irish Rover? What's up? How'd the probation go? That's the word we're looking for. Adding lies. Oh yeah, adding lies. Carino, adding lies to the procedure. Yep. Man, I'm getting in the sun and my phone is dying, so I gotta wrap this up, y'all. I wonder if the stenographer typed out the song and dance. No, and I can't elaborate. There is more interesting stuff on that, but I can't elaborate on it right now because they did something they've been up to. Again, the stenographers, weird. So, can't Dana Butthurt Judge is the Xmas Dana Butt. I don't know, guys. My screen dimmed out because I'm like on low juice and the sun came out. Now I can't even answer questions. So I'll use that to segue wrapping this up. See, I still got 170 of y'all. Thank you so much, y'all, for sticking around and witnessing this. I hope it was entertaining. I know I'm just jaw jacking here in my truck at the coffee shop, but when we get to do the real court short on this, it's phenomenal, man. so, yeah, thanks for sticking with me. Hit up the rest of the community. Let them know what's up. Share my videos. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here and bearing witness. It's given me the confirmation that what I'm doing is resonating and is worth pursuing. It's just a shadow band that's not in the South. So couldn't have done it without y'all. Much love. Thank you. Zombieland, yes, put it in the post. I'll put that stuff up on the community page. Tony, Pinky, thank you guys. Much love, y'all, my real supporters here from all around the world, and I love it. Everyone just wants fair justice. You know, we want to make this world a better place, or at least present a better place to our children. So that's why we're all on board. America, yep, got it. Thanks, y'all. Hey, much love. Thanks, all y'all. Appreciate it. I'll be out for a while. Don't worry, everything is kosher. Doing family stuff. I will update when I get back. Thanks, y'all. Much love.